Pep Guardiola reveals problem, Man City have a title race with Arsenal goes to the wire. Guardiola has confirmed Man City will have a trophy parade after the final game of the Premier League season. Pep Guardiola has confirmed his Manchester City players will not be allowed to celebrate their FA Cup final win, with attentions already on Tuesday's Premier League clash against Bournemouth. Man City added the FA Cup to their Carabao Cup success on Saturday afternoon, beating Chelsea at Wembley Stadium to remain on track for a potential domestic cup treble. For that to happen, City must beat Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium and then pick up 3 points at home to Aston Villa in their final game of the season, all while hoping Arsenal drop points against either Burnley or Crystal Palace. Antoine Semenyo, who scored the winning goal against Chelsea, said in his post-match interview that he expected any celebrations to be low-key. Guardiola, however, has made it crystal clear that there will not be any celebrations as Man City have a tough game on the horizon against Bournemouth in their bid to keep the title race alive. Not even one celebration. You know Bournemouth away on Tuesday. That will be even tougher, Guardiola told BBC Sport. Speculation ahead of the FA Cup final had been rife about Guardiola's future, with some reports suggesting this would be his last ever trip to Wembley as Man City manager. Though, after leading the side to a domestic cup double, the Spaniard reflected on how far City have come in 12 months, having been beaten by Crystal Palace in last season's FA Cup final. "We're really pleased. This trophy is really cool and the tradition with it," he added. "It's special to win, but I had the feeling that last season v Crystal Palace and 2 seasons ago against United, we were better than today. That these types of games, the margins are so minimal." Since he arrived, Antoine has had a sense of goal. He can play in 3 positions, and in the last game, he had an incredible finish. It was massive. It was a little swap. Normally he crosses to Erling, but he has that sense, and it was a really good goal. No, there will be no celebration. Maybe one beer. Next Monday, we are going to celebrate with a parade in Manchester. Chelsea had 7 days to prepare the final. We spent 6 hours yesterday travelling on the train. It's a problem in this country. I think we behaved good, and we are stable. Finals can be changed with margins. Pep Guardiola exit explained for Arsenal, with Mikel Arteta targeting dynasty of success. Pep Guardiola could yet leave Manchester City this summer, and Arsenal would be set to benefit after major upheaval. There are strong rumours that this could indeed be Pep Guardiola's final season at Manchester City, leaving the likes of Arsenal on tenterhooks to see whether the manager who has caused them so much frustration will indeed leave. Reports have circulated since last year, when Enzo Maresca left Chelsea, following suggestions of contact with City. The Gunners are favourites to Pep Guardiola to claiming the Premier League title and subsequently a potential domestic treble his final season at City. Should they win their final 2 games, there is nothing the Spaniard can do to respond. Arsenal were also in the UEFA Champions League final for just the 2nd time in their history, the same number Guardiola earned during his tenure with City, losing to Chelsea in 2021 before beating Inter Milan in 2023. In December of last year, Guardiola said, "For the last 3 or 4 years in certain periods, I've been asked that question. Sooner or later, I don't know, 75 or 76, I will quit Manchester City. I understand that question when I have the end of the contract, but I have 18 months. I am so delighted, happy, and excited with the development of the team and being there. But that question happens every single season at certain points. I am okay. The club and myself, we are incredibly connected in terms of the decisions we have to take, and what is going to happen is going to happen." He joked in another press conference, "Oh my God. I have a contract. I said this 1,000 million times. I know you are bored of me." Adding, "I will leave one day, I promise you, but I have a contract. Despite his agitation at the questions, there have been continuous reports that this summer is indeed expected to be the time when he leaves, barring a considerable U-turn. What this means for Arsenal is realistically only positive. No manager that replaced Gardiola, be that Maresca or Vincent Kompany, who are the two main names, can match up to the experience and managerial quality of Gardiola. Not only that, but Man City, like Liverpool and Mohamed Salah, are losing one of their best players in Bernardo Silva, who will depart in the summer too. John Stones will also leave. Such huge profiles and influences at the club going, while Arsenal expect only to continue on the trend they have been on so far, bodes well for the North London side. The challenge for Mikel Arteta has been winning his first title and getting the players to experience such a feat of achievement. There is a feeling that it could spark a dynasty of dominance for the club, and there is still a Champions League final, which could also be one taking Arsenal to an entirely new level as seen before in their 140 years of existence. The pull of Gardiola for potential transfer targets, too, would be lost by City. For Arsenal, the stability of Arteta offers new players an immediate answer to any of the big questions they might have, where there are hypotheticals galore in the blue half of Manchester.